Hello and welcome to Waterden's plan reading class. This class will be divided into multiple videos, one for each page of the architectural and structural drawings, as well as electrical and mechanical drawings being taken care of in separate videos. During this video, we're going to review this new standalone office building for Renewy at 5123 Hawthorne Road. Some of you may have worked on this project even as we have built it. This is drawing AO for the project, and this project's a little bit different than most as all specifications are on the drawings. There is no spec book for this project. So everything that you need to know to build the project is on these plans. So as you know, this plan here looks like there's a ton of information. So we're going to go over it slowly and decipher each item and yeah, figure out what everything is. So we're going to start up here in the top left-hand corner. So we're going to look right here. So we're going to look at general notes. So as you all note here, these are general notes for the project. Again, these would be in the specifications if this was a any other project. But some projects we do get to have the specifications in the drawing. So basically, general notes are just going to be general items that they're talking about for the project. As you notice here, all dimensions and elevations shall be verified on the job by the contractor. So that means that we need to verify the dimensions work. If they don't work, then we should be letting our project manager know, and they could be submitting an RFI, which is a request for information. Contractor is to report discrepancies to the consultant promptly and before construction. So if we notice anything, let them know. Read drawings in conjunction with specifications and all other contract documents where applicable. So there might be some locations where something tells you to do something in these specifications, and then it tells you differently on the drawings. If you have a discrepancy like that, please let your project manager know right away and they can help you out. And then last but not least, right here, it states drawings are not to be scaled. Okay, so basically, no, they never ever want you to scale a drawing, but you can, but we just have to verify that things are actually the way they are. So if you take a look at this right here, we have a door. We know this door on a scaled drawing is 1/2 inch equals 1 foot. So we know that from here to here, so from here to here, is 3 feet. We know 1/2 an inch. So if you're measuring out, say, with a tape measure, we know that that's 1.5 inches equals 3 feet. If that's the case, then you can do the math and scale off it. If it doesn't work out, then we have to go by all the dimensions on the drawings. And if a dimension's not there, again, we can send an RFI in, request for information. Next box is fire and life safety. So in this box here, fire and life safety, they're talking about all different types of requirements. So for size and required hardware of doors in required passive egress, refer to coordinate between door schedule and a 1.0 floor plan. So right off the bat, it's telling us that we need to look at the door schedule, which is right here, and drawing 1.0. So I already know it's not actually 1.0. They already have a mislabeled drawing. It's actually 1.1. And we can look on here for all of the layout of the building. So when you're looking at the door schedule is going to represent the doors here. So for example, you'll see here we have a DR1, okay? We have a DR1 here. It's 38 by 82 by 1 3/4 slab. So the leaf means door. Type slab. Material IM. So all you have to do is just go down here, and IM is right here. It's IM insulated metal door. So now we know it's an insulated metal door, and the paint and the finish on it's paint. There's no glazing, no fire rating. Now the frame is again IM, so insulated metal, paint finish, FRR, there's no fire rating. So we're good to go there. But now this here is all the hardware, okay? So you see NRP, and I know that's non-removable pin hinges. CL. This is going to be different on, could be different on other drawings. So it's not like something that you have to memorize. You just have to remember that you can look here in the legend and look at CL. It's self-closing device. And then ED, I'm guessing it is an emergency device, so panic bar. LS is going to be a lock set, I'm assuming. Yeah, right here, lock set. And then we have a KP, I'm assuming kick plate. And then we have a TH, which is going to be threshold, which is right here. So, and then the last bit here is going to say provide power operator door at vestibule. So we know DR1 is this, and we know that they want a power door operator to vestibule. So now we're going to go to drawing a 1.1 because we know they made a mistake there. We're going to find DR1. Okay. So there's a few DR1s because they can use the same numbers throughout the project in order to for the doors, right? So we can have multiple DR1s because they are the same hardware, same doors, same everything other than where they are. So we got a DR1 here, we got a DR1 here. Again, this is the DR1 right there. Again, that's DR1. So we know the mechanical room is just the way it is. And then the employee entrance here states that one of these two rooms gets an auto operator. So we can go back and take a look and see. And it states that provide power door operator at vestibule. So we go back down. We know that this is the vestibule. So we know that this door now needs a power door operator. These two DR1s do not. So in the project, there are 3 DR1s. Okay, so next item in the fire items here is going to be exit signs to be provided at all doors in the indicated paths of egress, coordinate with electrical drawings. So then we'd have to go to electrical drawings, make sure they're done. Unless otherwise noticed, plumbing or electrical penetrations through fire separations to be enclosed, sealed by a fire stop with an F/FT rating equal to required fire resistance rating for closures in the fire separation. So basically what this means is that if we have a pipe going through a fire rated wall or floor, we're going to have to fire stop it and fire stop it to a CSA system. So if you've never done any of that before, please let your project manager know. They will help you with that. Basically, the short version is that there's systems online that you can just click with Hilti. They even have an app, and you can go on there and decipher which system works for your area. You can print out a number, and then we can provide it to the building inspector when he comes or her comes to verify everything. Non-combustible plumbing or electrical, sorry, and then the fire rating, you'll see that on the walls sections on a building. This building might not actually have any fire ratings due to the fact that it is a pretty small building and the egress locations are very close. So on some buildings, there might be, this entire corridor walls, because it's an exit, might need to be fire rated. So in this case, it's not, or the mechanical room say might need to be, but so far it appears like it's not, but that could change. Okay. Now, non-combustible plumbing or electrical penetrations to be fit tightly in openings through membrane/concrete block or fire separations and set so that penetrating materials will not move, causing damage to membrane concrete block. So basically, it's just saying that we need to have pipes going through the wall straight. That's kind of the idea. Wraparound way. And where openings in fire separations, membrane concrete block for non-combustible plumbing or electrical cannot fit tightly to the penetrating material, install a fire stop with an F/FT rating equal to the required fire resistance rating for the enclosure. For the closures in the fire separation. So basically, you're going to have an annular space, which is like the gap around your pipe to the wall, and that's basically going to give you your fire rating when you infill that in with mineral wool or fire stopping and such. Now, air barriers and vapor barriers. So this is basically telling us everything we need to know about air barriers and vapor barriers for the building. So it's going to be all regarding the exterior wall system. So perform works in accordance with National Air Barrier Association Professional Contractor Quality Assurance Program and the requirements for materials and installations. So, okay, no problem. Air and vapor barrier membranes shall conform to CAN CGSB-5133.33M. So basically, it's just saying that there's a national standard here in Canada for how you install these items. Make sure you do it to those standards. Install barrier materials and associated sealants in accordance with manufacturer's instructions. So when we get the products, we verify the instructions, make sure that it's adequate for the products we're going to use, and we move on from there. Prepare substrate surfaces in accordance with manufacturer's instructions of the barrier material. So basically, if a substrate needs to be cleaned or put a primer in or something along those lines, you might have to do it. So we'll have to basically read the instructions to know how the product should be able to stick to the wall or roof or what have you. Selected barrier materials and associated sealants are to be compatible with all substrates in accordance with manufacturer specifications of the barrier and substrate. So again, just making sure that the product is approved to stick to, say, block or drywall or brick or whatever. Vapor barrier sealant shall be non-drying and non-skinning sealant capable of bonding to the polyethylene and other materials where specified. So basically what it's saying is that it's always going to be a little bit liquid in order to have the vapor barrier not get, say, hard, crack, the sealant. So, you know, the caulking doesn't get hard and crack and fall out of the joints or make the air come through. So you always have to have that with a little bit of movement and not drying. Vapor barrier sealant shall be Vapor barrier shall be 6 mil polyethylene sheet with a water vapor permeance no greater than 60 ng/PASM to the power of 2 in accordance with CAN CGSB 51.34-M. Vapor barrier polyethylene sheet for use in building construction. So it's just telling us what kind of material we need to use. When we get our vapor barrier, we should have already had a shop drawing done on it in order to be uploaded in PlanGrid. You know exactly what product to use, making sure that it does not have a vapor permeability higher than that. Air barrier material shall have an air and water vapor permeance and in all other respects be in accordance with CAN ULC S741-08. So basically that's telling us the exterior air barrier, so Tyvek, is going to have that vapor rate of vapor coming through the actual material. Sheet panel and type air barrier material shall have an air leakage characteristics not greater than 0.02 liters per square meter squared. So basically, that's again your air barrier, so Tyvek on the outside, and apply sealants within the recommended application. Now we got steel doors. So on this project, we got some steel doors. This is more for the door company who's supplying them, someone like Merlin. Design exterior frame assembly to accommodate expansion and contraction when subjected to a minimum and maximum temperatures of -40 to 40 plus. So prior to starting the project, our project managers and project coordinators would have gotten shop drawings for all this information. Same with this one here, submit shop drawings for steel doors and associated hardware for review by consultants. So we'd submit that, get everything ordered for you before you even get it, so you have everything that's correct. Fabricate frames in accordance with CDSMA specifications, provide factory applied touch-up primer, and all these items are just door items. Now we go up to the last one here. We got metal cladding, roof and walls. Wall cladding to be 28 gauge, Ultra Vic by Vic West, or approved equivalent color as selected by owner from available manufacturer standard color palette. So when we're doing shop drawings in the project, we would be either getting the 28 gauge Ultra Vic by Vic West product approved via the shop drawings, or we're going to go and get, say, a local company's product approved, which would be Ideal Roofing, and they all make the exact same product pretty much. So we just buy from here in Ottawa if allowed. Sometimes they don't let us do that. The consultant has a love affection for certain products, and they only want that. So then roof cladding to be 26 gauge. So again, gauge, thickness of material, 16-inch Prestige by Vic West or approved equivalent. So again, 16-inch Prestige. That sounds like it's going to be a concealed fastener product. It's going to be standing seam. and their product's called the Prestige, but I'm sure that again, Ideal Roofing has something similar. Color selected by owner from available manufacturer's standard color palette. So that should all be chosen before you even get onto the project. Next thing we're going to look on this drawing is going to be all of these abbreviations. So basically, all of these abbreviations here are all going to be on the drawings. And this is kind of like your legend. So this is the legend to the map, and the map being the drawing. So basically, the drawings are a map. This how tells you what you need to know. Now, this kind of section here in the middle is basically for building a permit only. So you don't need to really look at this section here. So we can kind of just cross this out, and this is all for architects and building permit items, and we don't need to know anything there. So don't worry about that. We're good. Again, up here, we have our door schedule. We've already talked about that. Which door types, again, this is your door number here. And then on the, you have to find the drawings how many there are. This is the sizes. So I know this one here is a DR6, 2 doors. So it must be a pair of doors. 38 by 82 by 1 3/4 slabs. Material is going to be an SW. So the leaf again is solid wood. So that's, yep, it's going to be inside. Frame materials IM, so it's going to be insulated metal. And we're going to paint the door frame, and then it's only going to get a PR. So I'm guessing that's privacy set. Oh, it's pocket doors. Okay, so yeah, I'm right. It is 2 doors. And guess what? It's right here. So this pocket door elevation is right here for that set of doors. So you're good to go by having this. So you know exactly what height to put the handle and where they're going. So this will be an elevation. You'll see it's on the drawing. And this here will be barrier-free door elevation. So again, that's bathroom. So next up in our way around this set of drawings is we have our room finish schedule. So this here is a room finish schedule. So basically this is going to tell you exactly how to finish the room. So to start with, we're going to look at the vestibule. So we know where the vestibule is. We've already looked at it on the set of drawings. It's right here. So vestibule is here. And so on this little chart, it'll tell us exactly what we need to have in this vestibule. So we'll look here. We're going to go boom. We'll put a square around it. And we're going to look here. Okay, vestibule. We have a vestibule type floor. So the existing floor, concrete. What's going on it? VT. We have to come down here. What's VT? Vinyl tile. Okay, so now we know that the floor has to be vinyl tile. And then we go here, wall base. Okay, so now we know R. What's R? I'm guessing it's rubber. So we're going to have a rubber base. Okay, cool. That's no problem. And the height's going to be 100 mil, 4 inches. Now the walls, now we know the walls are gypsum board. They want them painted, PT. We know PT right here is paint. And then ceiling is going to be GB, okay? Gypsum board, okay, right here, gypsum board. And then they want to paint finish. Now, some rooms are not going to have a gypsum board ceiling, but some rooms might have both. So since this is a wood frame constructed building, even though on this ceiling finishing schedule, it doesn't say GB for every single room, it says SPD for some. So we have to come over here and look and, okay, suspended ceiling tile. Even though that room has ceiling tile in it, it has to have drywall too. So when we're looking at this and we come down through to the very last drawing, we're looking here now. And as you can see here, we have a nice ceiling, okay? And then, or a nice section of a building. So we're looking through here, we have an acoustic ceiling tile. So there's your SPD right there, okay? Then we have an air gap, and we have 6 mil poly, insulation, engineered truss, sheathing, and everything, but it doesn't show drywall. There is absolutely 100% drywall being installed here, and we'll find that later on when we're going through everything. Okay, so next up is going to be some sections and different items. So as we'll start with here, let's start over on the side. We have all our wall types. So incoming drawings, you're going to see us having different wall types all over the place. So as you can see here, these are our wall types. And we have various different ones. Exterior wall, assembly E1. So let's take a look at this quickly. We have an E1, we have a P1, we have a P2, and we have a P3. So we go to 2 drawings ahead because we know that's where it is. And then we can look around. Okay, I can see a P3, I can see a P2, I can see an E1 exterior wall, I can see another E1, I can see a P2 here, I can see a P3. So basically these little diamonds tell you exactly what that wall's made of. So you have to basically look at this drawing, go back to drawing AO, and then you know how to build your walls. So as you'll see here, too, we have a door. Again, we have the door numbers, okay? And then we have the room names and room numbers, which will all correspond with the other drawings that we have seen already. So as you'll see here, we have a typical exterior wall assembly. We have 5/8 gypsum board, we have 6 mil poly, we have a 2x10 wood stud at 16" on center, we got R24 batt insulation, sheathing, insulation again on the outside. Then we have a horizontal strapping, which is a little bit unique because we have a rain screen. And how's the water going to go? We have, okay, the horizontal strapping is 16" on center. And then we have vertical medical siding. So siding out here, rigid insulation, sheathing, insulation, drywall inside. Okay, we have assembly wall assembly P1. This one here is a typical interior wall assembly. We have 1/2" drywall, 2x4 studs at 16" on center, 1/2" drywall. Very simple. Then we have this guy here, interior wall assembly P2. We had this is probably like a bathroom wall or something because it's a 2x6, so it's 1/2" drywall, 2x6 at 16s, mineral wool sound batt insulation, so basically fill in the cavity, 1/2" drywall. And then this one here is probably an office, 1/2" drywall, 2x4 at 16s, mineral wool sound batt, 1/2" drywall. So basically, again, you go back to the drawing layout, tells you exactly where everything is. Now, right below this here is our window schedule. Okay, so window schedules are basically almost very similar to door schedules, other than they don't give you a spec. So this here just tells us we have a W1, a W2, and a W3. So when we go onto here and we go over here, we look for the windows. Oh, here's a window. We have a W3. It's like a stop sign octagon shape. Oh, there's a W1. So we know exactly what windows go where in this whole structure. They all seem to be 6 feet wide in this area. They must just have different heights. And we'll go back to that in a second, but you can kind of see everywhere there's a window in the structure is identified by a stop sign or a octagon. So again, here we go. Yeah, see, 6 feet, 6 feet, just different types of operator. So this one here actually has an operating leaf in it. This one here doesn't. It's fixed. Same with this one here. And this drawing here is basically showing us the layouts of the bathrooms. So there's one bathroom in this unit, and it is barrier-free. Every building has to have a barrier-free bathroom. So it's the same idea as all the other areas. You know, we have an IS2. We have to go down here. What is an IS2? Oh, room identification sign. So it's a universal washroom. So we know that that's the sign we have to provide. So it's coat hook, CH. SH is going to be a shelf, TPD, toilet paper dispenser, and so on. Okay. The thing is, though, there's a lot. This room has a lot of stuff in it, but you're not going to know where to put things. So they make that easy for you here, and they show you exactly what heights and where all the items go. So, like, there's a grab bar that we have to install, and it tells you the distances. Again, here's another grab bar in the distances. Signs. Toilet with toilet paper dispensers. It matters. It makes a difference. Sink. All these sink dimensions, mirrors, coat hooks, everything. So it all matters. So that's something that you have to really watch out for. And then again, there's a little bit of specifications here. So it states, you know, all dimensions are clear dimensions to face of gypsum board wall, finished millwork or plumbing fixture, CTLTL, AO for dimensions, requirements, and such. So basically everything is shown on here, and then we have to go back down to our main drawing to know where this washroom is. So we know the barrier-free washroom is right here. It doesn't show any of the items because everything is shown in the other drawing. So this was somewhat of a long video on this drawing. It is an extremely important drawing as it has so many different specifications and little notes and everything on it. Most of the time, you'll have one drawing that will show exterior wall assemblies on a drawing, and then you'll have another drawing that shows, the room finish schedule, door hardware schedule, window schedule on one. Not kind of convoluted like this, but at least this drawing kind of shows us everything. So I hope that was helpful, and we'll see you in the next video. Thank you.